Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to go over a connection exercise that's really popular and really common to do in Tango. And I'm going to cover some tips as well as advice on how to avoid some of the common mistakes when doing this exercise. So when you watch it and try it with your partner, let me know if there's specific challenges that you run into that you might still need help with, because typically this looks easier than it really is. Eve is joining me today to demonstrate this once again. So the exercise that we're going to be talking about is walking without using an embrace, just through the front touch of the torso. So instead of relying on the embrace to line you up, we're going to let go of the arms, both of us. And now all of the communication is really going to be created through that frontal touch. Now, when I begin to move in this way, I have to make sure that I give my partner a lot of time to read what my body is doing. And here, what we're trying to do is establish kind of a comfortable level of communication where we understand each other. Whenever you do this exercise, I would just spend a little bit of time just doing side steps. Maybe you do small side steps, switching to some larger side steps. Then eventually, you can begin to walk. And so practicing walking here, just through the touch of the torso through the front, and feeling that at any point that you can pause and communicate to your partner something different. So as you can tell, there's a lot of care here from both of us to really be present and to listen to what the other person's doing. So on some level, I am the one giving the information about the direction of where we're going to go, but my partner is also very much responsible of giving me information about where they're at. So it's very much an exercise in patience and presence with each other. Now, when you first start doing this exercise, what's really common is to exaggerate the connection through the chest and overextend through the upper chest. So what happens is when we come into this position, because I want to connect with her even more and I want to communicate something, I begin to feel like I'm as if I have a pencil sticking through my chest and I'm drawing with it, and I'm trying to communicate to my partner through this overextension. Now, obviously, my partner can read it eventually and do something with it, but you'll find that your posture begins to really suffer and you get more and more into your toes, and if you keep pushing this connection. Simultaneously, I see this happen as well, that because you want as much connection as possible, there's a tendency to push here and also connect through the head. So now I have a way of connecting with my partner. I'm controlling them through the points of touch, and they're reading me okay. But as you can tell, my posture has distorted to a place where now I'm a little bit more concentrated in just the action more than I'm dancing, right? It's like I'm attached to getting something done, and we want to look like it's more of an effortless type of experience. So I want to give you a way to work on this exercise that will train the correct alignment in your body and make it a little bit more intuitive how to find that with every person. You can use something like this, which is just a simple exercise ball. It's slightly deflated. So whatever you use, whatever kind of ball you use, I would suggest getting it so there's a little bit of squishiness to it. And then we're just going to place this ball between us. And I'm placing it kind of at the level of my solar plexus. For her, it's a little bit higher. you'll find a place where it feels the most natural for you to have with your partner. And the first thing that I want to do when I come into this position is I want to soften my knees, allow my weight to rest into the ball, and I invite my partner to do the same. And so right away, in this position, the ball should encourage your ribs to actually stay in. And then slowly begin to introduce the weight change. And you and your partner are allowing your weight to slightly be forward so that the ball doesn't fall between you. Once you have a few moments of this, you can then begin to walk. And this is going to be, again, a very slow, patient work. It does not have to be perfect. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for ease. So you can experiment with different directions. As a leader, I have to be very clear to my partner about the direction that I'm going. And it really teaches you to communicate through your whole body at once, because you don't have a lot of ways that you can communicate through this point of contact, right? It's very limited. Now, let me clarify something about this connection, is that the way I approach it, because there will be a tendency for you, like anyone else, to over-exaggerate through here and want to control your partner through this point. When you use this ball, imagine that you're doing the opposite, like the ball is coming in and you're relaxing your spine on top of it. So I relax in this direction. And if both people do that, it will make the connection a lot easier to feel. And you will feel a little bit of pressure that both of you will be applying, but it's not going to be so much pressure that you'll be off axis, and you're going to have that support from the connection. So what I would recommend is getting something like this. You can use a little bit smaller. Sometimes you have slightly smaller balls that you can use. The smaller it is, the harder it is to keep in between you. And you can practice, start out with something simple like side steps, and then walking, and then practicing thinking to yourself, how would you lead your partner to walk around you without losing the connection to the partner through this ball like that? So I have to turn to her and then invite her to step around me, and she has to step in such a way that the ball doesn't fall between us. So it's, again, a really interesting game that you're playing with your partner, and it can create a lot of place for discovery and experimentation. So try it out. Let me know how it works for you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, here's your invitation to do so, and I will see you in the next lesson next Saturday. Ciao.